think it's fair to say half the students are downloading. Some campuses are much higher. And some campuses do not have CD stores, like there are no CD shop on some campuses. And other schools, especially with the strict enforcement, escalated response, they download a little less, at least off the campus networks. But the surveys are generally one half.
And then I guess the follow-up to that is that typically students who are engaging in it at least more than once, like they just happen to experiment one time. So you would say 50% are regularly downloading illegal music?
Yeah, I would say half the people do it regularly. If you get 2/3 admitting that they've tried, I mean, there's always like that 1/3 that don't inhale because they're saving it for their political career or something. But so what are the record companies doing about this? It's tough when the largest single demographic of your customers, which is college-age students, has gone from being your best customers to basically being your worst customers. And so we realize we have to do something about that. And part of that is enforcement. What I personally like to call education through litigation. This has not caught on officially with my organization yet, but in fact, that's what it is. The fear of being caught and the awareness that there are DMCA notices and lawsuits going on. I doubt that there's many of you who are not aware of that right now. And there are ramifications. I'm sure some of you also saw that there was an Associated Press article last month with the so-called worst offenders, the schools with the most number of notices from the RIAA. And you may have noticed that Arizona State was number 24. So just work a little harder, you can get off.
I've got a question about that. Is that no? But you aren't. That's not. You're not randomly taking all the schools, so it's not as if about that survey. It's not that those schools have the highest proportion of people legal downloading, because I assume you're not looking at every single, all the thousands of schools, big and small.
Yeah, we are trolling the internet, and we have no idea. We have no ability or intention to target any single school.
Oh, so those
we are using
those are the schools
clients and bots and spiders that we're going around, and we're just looking for our member companies that sell music, certain artists on this list, and just searching for it. And whatever comes back, comes back.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of the schools feel like they're being singled out, and there's absolutely none of that. And if you think about how the technology works, you would understand that it's not really possible to single out schools. Be a lot more work anyway. And it's not in our best interest. We just want everybody to understand what's going on. You've probably also read about a round of lawsuits, and also because of the way the lawsuits work, the recording industry has decided.
Sir, we took out a collection for the Metallica retirement fund. Can we give it to you?
Can we present it to you?
Actually, I'm not in a position to properly distribute it. But if you give me your email address, I can send you some of these.
That's not what he's going to do with your email address.
This shows face. Because we're kind of addressing these issues for 45 minutes. I know you were busy making your site, and downloads 1999 wins the prize.
We're actually busy waiting for our downloads to finish.
My dad brought we're going to see us here in spirit, though. So
We made them last night, actually.
Oh.
The potluck and everything.
Excellent.
Okay. That's French bread, wine.
Takes me back to the good old days. Yeah, there's not much of this anymore. Most people understand now that it's wrong.
The world is changing. What about the internet? You're never going to be able to stop it.
Well, you know what? I went on the internet last night and I used the internet to take money out of your Citibank account. And I think it's okay because it was on the internet. Come on, you guys grow up. It's stealing is stealing, and you know it's wrong.
In all fairness, so that's a pejorative term, proper term is copyright infringement. Stealing, theft, piracy. I've never seen anyone commit robbery on the high seas while downloading a song. Copyright infringement is the correct legal term.
Pirate is a strange term to use.
Yes. We use the term piracy, and I think for about 40 or 50 years in the standard parlance of copyright infringement. So I think it's kind of crossed over the line from the definition.
Well, theft and stealing deprive someone of their physical property. The artist still retain possession.
No, they don't, because part of their physical property would be the money.
Well, that's hypothetical, so you cannot prove that. So it is hypothetical.
Well, the Supreme Court seemed to agree with me on this one when they shut down rock
I think common sense people will agree that it is hypothetical. You cannot prove it.
The Supreme Court's also going to support anyone with money.
I'm sorry?
The Supreme Court's going to support the people with the money. The Supreme Court also said it was okay, to segregate blacks and whites a while ago. That doesn't make it right.
No, but then later they came around and Thurgood Marshall was appointed.
Right, so
So
maybe
they'll come
later
around.
they'll come around and say,
I do not think that they're going to come around and say that this hardworking musician over here who busted his ass to create intellectual property should then be deprived because you have the technical ability to copy and redistribute his music without his permission.
I think none of us here have anything against the artists. And I know lots of those people, when we go to shows and buy CDs straight off the artists, what you haven't done is prove why your industry needs to be here anymore. I mean, you've shown us, you've given us things right now. What is your purpose to sign, promote these artists? And then you tell us again that because you're not getting money, you're only
exactly your
artists.
I'd be happy to address your question. But I'll ask these guys, do you guys want to sit down and put your signs down or something?
We're going to
It's just,
say thanks.
it's just kind of...
Yeah. I think we've actually heard all we need here.
Okay,
Thanks for your time.
thank you.
If anybody wants coffee, James Hatfield's dollar.
Okay, bye now.
Some people say wood sharing is caring.
Okay, excellent. Tell that to the guy who can't feed his kids. The role of the music company. That's what you're doing about, right? Okay. The main thing that the music company has done historically, and this is changing. I mean, it will change over the course of time, and the economics may change too. But the current way that music companies work is they act as a filter. And they act as a way to, until very recently, there was no other way for those artists to become known other than to get the promotion and marketing of a major record label behind them. I'll give you an example. In about 6 or 7 years ago, Prince had a falling out with Warner Music and decided he was going to promote and market his own CDs. And he figured, I'm Prince. I can do this, right? So he sets up a website and he says, I'm going to come out with this triple album. It's going to cost $40. As soon as I have 100,000 orders, I'm going to press them and ship them to all of you. He got up to about 50,000 orders and it sort of started to top out. So then I think he went on, he lowered the price, but he didn't retroactively lower the price. So the first 50,000 were going to pay 40, and then the subsequent people were only going to pay a little less. So that pissed them off. So a lot of the original people canceled their orders. And what happened was a Grammy Platinum record artist, Grammy Award-winning Platinum record artist, could not market his own music on the internet because he didn't have the infrastructure in place to do it.
But isn't it because we're looking at this as a business and not as music? I mean, what's going to sell is what we want to listen to. And so if you guys aren't giving us what we want to listen to, we're going to other places. I mean, I really don't, I don't know anybody who's stealing the music that you're really putting out. I mean, like the Britney Spears. I mean, I'm pretty sure people are. But what I'm downloading is not what you're even selling.
That may be true. But the independent labels have the exact same problem that the major labels have. The people that are putting out
Then the problem is the CD. I mean, like, I'll buy a CD if it's straight off the person. If they're playing in front of me, they're out touring, I'll buy the CD.